Hey, Shalom. Shalom. All praises, all the glory to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Salutations, grace, and peace be unto the brothers, the Israelites, the believers scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who only follow the words of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Now, this is a lesson or a series, whatever you like to call it, of identifying false doctrines. And the false doctrines we're going to be identifying is the 200 million missile false doctrine, with the Revelations, the 9th chapter being World War One false doctrine. Now, if whoever listens to this, if y'all gonna have a biased opinion, you're not gonna be able to see it because your opinion already one way. You're not gonna be able to analyze the matter. All right. No, how do you know somebody is teaching false? Right. Let's go. The scriptures tell you to know how. This is Second John 1 and 10. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, which doctrine? The doctrines Yahawashi, Yahawashi left with us in these scriptures, this Bible here. It says, receive him not into your house, meaning your mind, your spirit. It says, neither bid him God speed. All right. And the doctrines, like I said, we're identifying is the 200 million missile false doctrine. That's a false doctrine, and the Revelation name being World War One. And we're gonna analyze it. So if you got this biased opinion, already got your mindset one way, being a wrong judge and everything, what can I tell you? Click off. But let's look at it, man. Let's look at it. I'm gonna give you some stuff to think about. That's all I'm gonna give you. Now, the men of Great Millstone, GMS, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a lot more other. There's a lot more other. But I think a lot more other preach this too. That Revelations 9 and 16 and 17 is talking about missiles. Now let's read it. I want to use some context. Let's read it first. It's Revelations 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. When you do that math, 200,000, that number is 200 million. But it said of the army of the horsemen. There is not missiles there. When you read up, these horsemen were mentioned before. Let's look up. Up here. Verse 7, and the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. So that's it's still talking about, it's just comparing them unto horses and horsemen. Now listen, that's not talking about, ain't nowhere. When you say that's talking about missiles, you add in and take it from the word. And when you read in Revelations 22nd chapter, you know what happened? They got, hold on, let's get to it. Revelations 22nd chapter, because two different things happen when you add and then when you take away. Okay, so I just want to get that, but keep up with me. Let me draw these points, all right, for y'all. This is food for thought, man. This is Revelations 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in these books. The plagues are famine, the four plagues: famine, the sword, death, and death by noisome beasts. All right, verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. So you calling these missiles, you put adding to and taking away. So let's keep in context. This is not taught. It says horsemen. What else is identified in horsemen as in the scriptures? Let's see. Let's let the next scripture speak for you. Let's go to Second Maccabees. Y'all love to read history so much. Read the Maccabees. Second Maccabees, the 10th chapter. No, I'm just giving you food for thought, man. Like I said, Second Maccabees 10 and 29. Let's see what could be the horsemen, right? Ask yourself that question. It says, but when the battle waxed strong, there appeared unto the enemies from heaven 5 comely men upon horses. Those are horsemen, and that's talking about angels. All right. It says, with riddles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews. Verse 30, and took Maccabeus betwixt them, and covered him on every side weapons, and kept him safe, but shot arrows and lightnings against the enemies, so that being confounded with blindness and full of trouble, they were killed. That's talking about angels, all right? That's the same angels when it says 200 million missile, hear me saying 200 million, 200,000, 200 million, that's angels is talking about, all right? And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's 200 million angels. All right. Now, let me get a next quick example. Let's get Second Maccabees, the 5th chapter. Cause that's like everything has a metaphor and a comparison. This Second Maccabees 5 and 1. About the same time, Antiochus or Antiochus, however you want to say, prepared his second voyage into Egypt. Verse 2. And then it happened that throughout all the city for the space almost of 40 days, they were seen horsemen running in the air in cloth of gold and armed with lances like a band of soldiers. Those were the angels. It says like a band of soldiers. Just like it said, wait sir. Where is it at? Hold on. Whew. Man, and the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads, whereas the heads crowns like gold, and their faces were the faces of men. All right. Now let's go on, man. Oh boy, let's drop down again. Where we at, man? Verse 16. So y'all getting confused. That's not missiles, man. You. I don't know how y'all fit that into that being missiles. Verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth they issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Now what men do, men say that's talking about nuclear warheads. That's not talking about no nuclear warheads. That's talking about the angels. All right? Wow, man. 200 million missiles? First, let's 200 million missiles, but okay, let's deal with that. Okay, let's deal with that now. Even though I just give you a quick, I ain't even went into it and break it all down. I just gave you two precepts to show you that's angels. But let's deal with your thinking. Let's deal with your thinking for 1 second. Whoever think this is missiles, all right? And this coincides with Revelation 9 chapter being World War I, right? You know why they say that? Where is that precept? Where is it? Revelations 9 and 12. Y'all need to really listen and analyze this. Revelation 9 and 12. 1 war is past, and behold, there come 2 wars more after. That's not, when they say wars, that's talking about world wars. World War I, World War II. That's not what it's talking about. You know why? Oh boy. Oh man. So you're telling me 1 war is past right here, and behold, there come 2 wars more. So it says right now, after verse 12, is going into the Second World War, right? And when you read Revelations 11 and Revelations 11 and 14, mind you, we all the way in Revelation 11, that was Revelation 9, Revelation 11 and 14. The second war is past, and behold, the third war coming quickly. That's not talking about world wars. All right? You know why? Because there were no 200 million missile launch in World War I or II. Why the missiles ain't launched already then? Why the missiles haven't launched already? Because this already happened. World War I and World War II already happened. So that's not what it's talking about. When it said war in the Bible, 1 war is past, that's not talking about World War I. All right? When it said there come 2 more, that's not talking about World War II and World War III. According to what you're saying, Them missiles were supposed to bin launch. Alright? Just dealing with your logic in the context that it's in. Think about it. The missiles were supposed to bin launch. Revelation 9 is nowhere. Revelation with no form or shape World War One. Alright? It's funny, man. Now let's read on verse 18. Let's read verse 18. 200 million missiles, right? Let's work with y'all belief system still. Verse 18. By these three was the third part of men killed by fire and by smoke and by brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. They say that's talking about missiles. It is not. Verse 20. Now listen. If this is talking about missiles, 200 million missiles, verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands. It says by these plagues. But let's carry on. Yet repented not of the work of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold. So according to the doctrine that GMS teaches, when them 200 million missiles launch, that's when the elect is going to be saved. That's when everything is going to be destroyed. But wait, in verse 20, it's saying, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues yet repented not. Well, I thought it wasn't even going to be not like that. I thought everything is destroyed. I thought, I guess it doesn't make sense. This is what I'm getting at. It doesn't make sense. That's not talking about 200 million missiles, all right? And I believed this once. I believed and pushed this once. But when you read it and you read the whole chapter and you look at it and you think about it, that's not coincides with the scriptures. That is a doctrine, a false doctrine of men. All right? It says, let's read it. It says, by these plagues they repented not of the works of their hand, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. All right? And according to them, none of that is supposed to be left when them quote unquote 200 million missiles launch. That's not talking about 200 million missiles. That's talking about 200 million angels. All right? Because the angels is the one who distribute the plagues of the Most High. Now let's go. Let's see where. Let me get a quick precept. Psalm 68. Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of Yahawah are 20,000. It says chariots. It says even thousands of angels. So the angels always come in high numbers like that. All right? The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. That's showing you the angels always come in large numbers. All right? These are angels, 200,000, 200 million angels. All right? It's not talking about nuclear missiles. All right? It's not. Furthermore, let me kill some more birds with these stones, man. Verse 11, and they had a king over them, which is the angel. This is how you know. This is even how you know. This is how you know the 200,000 horsemen is talking about angels, because the king over them was the angel of something. It says, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue had his name Apollyon. When you look them up, they both mean to destroy, destroyer and destruction. Who is that? Let's go back to verse 1. I ain't went through the whole thing. I'm giving y'all some food for thought. Verse 1, Revelations 9 and 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fell from heaven unto earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. So that star, it wasn't a literal star. All right? Hold on. Let me get who that star was. Ooh. It wasn't a literal star, because it says, it goes on to call it a him. It says, unto him was given the key of the bottomless pit. So who is this star? Let's first identify the star. It's Revelations 22 and 16. I, Yahawashi, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. That's the same star in Revelations 9 and 1. Alright? Now, I want to find the star in a next precept. Hold on. It's in Numbers. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that one in Numbers, and I'm gonna get another one. But I'm just bringing out precepts to show you who is that star in Revelations 9 and 1. I'm just trying to kill a few birds with the stone, scriptures, Numbers. And if anybody got any queries or want to talk about something, we could talk about it over Skype. All right, we could build with the scriptures. All right, this is Numbers 24 and 17. I shall see him, but not know. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. That star is speaking about Yahawashi. Alright? Now, it says, unto him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Who has the keys? Who has the keys? Revelations 1 and 18. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death. Right there. So, hold on, man. I'm just, it's just, man. So, the fifth angel who was given the key of the bottomless pit was Yahawashi. Verse 11, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, is Yahawashi, whose name is the Hebrew tongue Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue had his name Apollyon, is Yahawashi. Yahawashi was known as the destroyer. Don't you know the death angel in Egypt was Yahawashi? Don't you know when them demons in the New Testament, when them demons came to Yahawashi, they called him the destroyer? No, they didn't call him destroyer. They said, what have we to do? Has you come to destroy us? Because that's what Yahawashi was known for doing too, man. Alright? But that was one of his titles. Okay? So that king over them, over the angels, was Yahawashi, man. He was given all the keys. And the precepts link up. I brought out the scriptures. From there, I did not inject or take away from the scriptures. I link up scriptures to scriptures. 200 million, 200, hold on. My tongue is getting tied. When it says 200,000 horsemen, that's not talking about 200 million missiles. Nowhere in the scriptures is that. Alright? And Revelations 9 is not talking about World War I. Or else, them 200 million missiles y'all so love to claim would have been destroyed the place. But no, nobody trying to read for themselves. Everybody just getting fooled. This is what I always talked about. When you ain't read for yourself, this is how you open yourself to be led by a false prophet. Alright? And GMS, Great Millstone, is wrong for teaching this, but they won't correct it. They know it's wrong. That's why you'll never see them touch it again. Alright? And if they touch it, is BS. And I'm talking about touch this whole chapter in their context. No. Hold on. And I'm mentioning them. I'm not, as brothers, other brothers would think, I'm not giving, showing no hate to them, but I'm pointing out the errors which is wrong in that doctrine. It's a false doctrine, man. It's not according to the scriptures. You know what men like to do? Men like to go to second address. I had it here. Second address 16 and says 16 and 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. Right? But they don't understand that's talking about plagues. Right? Let's jump to verse 16. Like as an arrow, it says like as an arrow, which is shot of a mighty archer. That's not talking about a missile. When you read the whole chapter from verse 1 to verse 19, it tells you. And I'm not going to read it now. I did a lesson on this. And for you who like to scoff and just not think about things, I did the lesson. The description is going to be in the description box. So if you want to go ahead and listen out and judge the matter, you go click that description box. Hopefully I remember to put it in there. I'm going to, hey Lord, please let me remember to put that in there. Verse 19 said what it was. It's not talking about a damn missile, because it compared it to a lot of things. It said a sword is sent, a fire is sent, but it gets to the point. Plagues. It's plagues that really sent. Okay? Hey, verse 19 says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. That's what it's talking about. So I'm just giving y'all reference, because I know what y'all gonna run to, you know, giving y'all stuff to think about. Point in case. Point in case. I'm gonna get this, and this is gonna be the last one. Job 6 chapter. Those arrows, when it says arrows, it's not talking about missiles, man. This is Job 6 and 4. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me. It's talking about plagues. It says, because Job had the arrows in him. Does Job have missiles in him? Okay. Anyways, the poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of Yahweh do set themselves in array against me. Because when arrows are being mentioned, is plagues. Alright? That's metaphoric for the Most High plagues. So I hope, this is just a quick, you touch something. I'm pointing out something to y'all, for y'all to think about. This is not for y'all to scoff about, or for y'all to do whatever, or for y'all to neglect, or give that cognitive dissonance. Think about it. I pointed out stuff to y'all through the scriptures. I link up scriptures. I brought out scriptures to the spirit and power of YAHAWASH. 200 million missiles, doctrine, that's so false, man. That's false. I don't even know, like, damn. I mean, I'm not even going to say like I believe they wants to, but I read, all right? And you should read too. And when you find out if you do, and when you find out that it's wrong, and you definitely got questions about it, yo, don't be afraid, man. Ask them questions to your elders, to your so-called elders. Ask them questions, man. And if you know it's wrong, and they're telling you don't mind it, you gotta stand up for what's right. All right, it's the truth. The truth shall set you free. It matters. You can't be spreading poison out there. You can't. Hey, anyone who got any sincere questions and comments, they got the comment board there. Like I said, anyone who wants to build on this more, I don't mind building out. Like I'm open to building through Skype sessions. And I'm talking about sincere, not with no bias opinion, sincere building to get understanding. All right. With that being said, all praises, all the glory to YAHAWAH. Grace, peace, and mercy be unto the brothers who follow in these words and not twisting up the doctrine, man. And this is just one. This is it might be a series. This is just two false doctrine identified. There's no 200 million missiles. There's no missiles in the scriptures. And Revelations 9 and whatever else y'all call it, Revelations 9 is not World War I. Alright? Shit. Y'all open your eyes, man. Don't be led astray, man. Hey, with that being said, Shalom.